Now that Labris has accepted herself, she turns towards me. That's when she finally smiles. It's a smile from the bottom of her heart, and I can tell she's never shown it to anyone before. It makes even my heart skip a beat. Man, this girl is really pretty. I take Labris with me and we get everyone who has been trapped by the walls created by the tournament rules. Since the real mastermind is gone, the invisible walls have disappeared, and everyone should be free now. We're at each place. Yukun, Yosuke, Yukiko, and Teddy. Rise-chan brought Kanji, who had finally woken up. And even Naoto-kun showed up, and she shouldn't even be here. She told us that she just happened to be back in town because of the job she was doing. Eventually, we all got to the school rooftop as a big group. When we opened the door of the rooftop area, I see something surprising. This isn't a rooftop at all. Instead, the area before us was a studio-like place we had used to enter the TV world last year. It should have been disappeared after that, but it looked like it got restored when Labris entered the TV world and the school was created. Sure, once the Midnight Channel started airing again, people would start taking interest, like last year. So maybe that's why the studio place came back. Still, the investigation team is back together again. This would be a perfect time. Labris was hiding behind me, but I reached around and shoved her in front of me towards my friends.
I have someone to introduce to you guys. This here is Labris-chan.
You didn't introduce her when you found each of them?
Chie-san?
I explained everything that happened to everyone. I tell them that Labris was a victim of the events that took place here. And even though she obviously has a mechanical body, her heart is that of a human. Her shadow would come out of her and was the one who masterminded the tournament, but Labris accepted and everything's been solved. And everything else that I may have forgotten right there. This is the third time today I've had to explain all this, and I think I've gotten pretty good at it. Labris looks anxious while I talk, but the first one to speak up after I'm done is Yukun. I expected as much. He's our leader after all.
That must have been tough. You feeling okay?
Huh?
Having a shadow come out of you is pretty draining. Seriously, I was ready to collapse for a few days when it happened to me.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing that you're able to stand like that on your own.
Labris looks between me and everyone else with utter surprise. No one minds Labris, and they keep trying to talk to her. All speaking at the same time.
Could it be because she's a mech? Wow! Isn't it cool for a mech like her to have a heart?
I can't think of any way it could be weirder than an idol, a detective, and a tame shadow, but here we are.
I don't know. I think Teddy was even crazier. The way he grew a body inside of himself from scratch.
I am more intrigued by her than Teddy, though. May I examine your internal workings for a bit?
Now, Chun, if you're going to touch anyone's internal workings, do mine!
With all due respect, I shall have to decline.
Man, I don't blame her for going all quiet right now. I tapped Labris on the shoulder and seen
What's wrong, Labris?
Oh, well, I thought that everyone would be angrier.
That's what I thought. But Labris, you got it all wrong.
What would we be angry about?
Now that it's over, it wasn't all that bad.
Ooh, the battle to decide the strongest man was pretty intense, though.
Is that what it was about?
Well, they may be taking it in stride a little more than is normal, but no one would hate you, Labris.
Labris looks at each person's face. Everyone's smiling, aren't they? I'm not lying.
Chie-san, thank you so much.
Jeez, you're so formal. You can just call me Chie. We're friends, remember?
Friend.
You can just call me Yukiko, too.
And you can just call me Prince Teddy.
That's longer than your real name, though.
Go back to the Wild Kingdom where you belong. Oh, would the carnivore like to join him?
What did you call me? Go back to the Disappointment Ranger Ressentiment hideout.
You've got it all wrong. Ressentiment is French. Mal is pronounced completely different from the man in Featherman.
It seems he's smarter than he looks.
Sheesh. We're wrapping up everything so well that even Yosuke has to go on about stupid stuff. We keep snapping at each other like this, Labris is going to pull back into her shell. We just got her talking. Or so I thought. Labris burst out in laughter. That alone warms my heart. The case is finally over. The realization is finally hitting me. As a sign of relief, some more people
Looks
appear
like
behind
everything's
us.
working out nicely.
That red cape, it's Akihiko-san. Could that other two ladies be with him, be his friends? I sense Labris go tense next to me. That's right. He said he was going to take her back. I stepped forward as if projecting Labris. Not that I'm making a scene about it, but...
So you're Satonaka. Akihiko told me about you. I'm Mitsuru Kirijo. In a way, you could say that I'm Labris' handler.
She's nicer about it in this ending. The beautiful woman in the coat introduces herself. Kirijo. That sounds familiar. Did Akihiko mention that name too?
I'm Aigis. Thank you so much for saving my older sister.
Older sister? Then are you Labris' younger sister? Wait, then are you a machine too?
Yes. I too am a robot.
Aigis smiles. I take a close look at her, and it's true. Her body's mechanical, just like Labris's. Wow, all these robot girls running around. This is so futuristic. Who in the world made something like that? Wait a sec. Kirijo. Does that mean the Kirijo group Kirijo? Is she seriously that's a seriously gigantic corporation. And if that's her last name, then... Oh, crap. These people are from a completely different world than the rest of us. I unconsciously stand up straighter. No, can't lose my nerve. I have to make sure I stand my ground. I can't let them take Labris away.
Chie-chan, it's okay.
Just as I open my mouth with resolution, Labris stops me as if she guesses what I want to say. She steps around from behind me. She then steps forward to Mitsuru-san and the others.
You've come to take me away, yeah? I'm ready.
Labris?
Chie-chan, I can't ask for anything more. I've made so many friends. And you've all accepted me. I'll be okay now.
But if you're caught, that's not okay.
She went through so much pain, and we just became friends too. I want to spend more time with her. I squeeze Labris' hand. Labris looks slightly troubled, heart-rending face that looks like she might be crying and smiling at the same time.
I'm sorry to interrupt the heated discussion, but I have no intentions of sealing you away.
Huh?
Your shadow going berserk was an irregularity caused by this world. It wasn't due to any malfunction in you. Luckily, because of what happened, you are now in complete control of your persona. Isn't that so, Akihiko?
How would Akihiko know?
Yeah, that's right.
Akihiko-san nods with Mitsuru-san's words. Huh? But Akihiko-san wasn't there when Labris gained her persona. So I gaze in wondering, Akihiko-san glances towards me in a significant way. Could it be that he helped us out? Not only is he strong, but he's so understanding. He is a real man. That's kind of creepy.
Not gonna be locked up?
Yes! I'm so glad for you, Labris.
This is like a dream. I can't believe this. Thank you, Chie. Labris?
Labris suddenly stops moving. The way she stopped was odd. Akihiko-san and the others seem to have noticed as well, and they furrow their brows.
It's not over yet.
What was that? That wasn't Labris' voice. It's emanating from Labris, but completely different.
Is this the same communication system we use? Everyone, step away from Labris!
Mitsuru-san raises her voice as Labris brandishes her battle axe. The metallic blade, almost as tall as she is, gouges the ground. Small chips of concrete brush past my cheek as the floor breaks up. That was close. I mean, what's going on? I look back to Labris in confusion, but there's no light in her eyes.
What the? I cannot gain access. She is being hacked. It isn't coming from inside this facility. The signal originates elsewhere.
You mean outside the TV?
This is just a little extra resistance. Now, entertain me.
The voice comes from the back, sounds nothing like her original voice. I think that Labris dashes towards me. There's no hesitation in her movement. If I don't brace myself, I'll be going down.
Why do we have to fight each other again?
That is a good question. Why in the world is whoever's controlling Labris picking a fight with the strongest of them? Wouldn't they be picking a fight with, the not strongest of them?
Final. Fight!
Well, Ghost, that's pretty much what she did.
My, she was quite easily defeated. Evidently, I didn't push her far enough. Well, she is a test unit, so this is as far as my little game goes.
That voice continues to emanate from Labris, who has fallen to her knees and stopped moving. So, whoever's speaking through her is controlling her? How dare they treat her like some object? What the hell is wrong with them?
Why are you doing this to Labris?
As they yell in anger, Labris just straightens up in her unnatural manner.
I should thank you all. Although this didn't work out, you did stay in it to the very end.
Labris's shadow was only the mastermind of the tournament. I see now. You're the true culprit behind the whole thing.
That's right. Labris wasn't a persona user, she was the victim. The shadow should have been appeared after that. That means that there was someone who had dropped Labris into his TV, just like last year's events.
Indeed. It was I who stole Labris away. Since I don't have a persona and can't enter a TV, I needed a puppet that could run amok for me. Labris's persona was only partially awakened, so I had a feeling her shadow would appear if she underwent a little suffering. You got the better of me this time. You deserve to know at least that much.
This time? Are you still planning something?
Who knows?
What the hell? Labris has a heart. Do you even understand how much pain she went through because of you?
Seriously, what the hell? Labris is being controlled by some safe place outside the TV? How much suffering do they think Labris went through? How could they laugh when she's in so much pain? The voice carries on, mocking me for not understanding.
A heart, It's meaningless. Whether or not she has one matters not at all to my plan.
What?
Well then, everyone, until we meet again.
The voice calls out, and Labris immediately collapses on the spot. Agasan instantly catches her and calls out to her, but Labris is unconscious. I don't know what to do with my fists, so I begin swinging them aimlessly. We saved her, and she was so happy. Why'd she have to be put through this?
It seems whoever our adversary is, they're connected to us. You shouldn't get involved in this any further. From here on, leave this to us.
Wait a sec! After what that bastard did to us, you're telling us to butt out?
I understand how you feel, but this is too dangerous for you. We will do our best to ensure that no harm comes to you. Trust in us and let us work.
But...
I'm so irritated that I can't put my thoughts into words. The tutor may be right, but that doesn't do anything for my feelings. I mean, if some bastard's going to say that a person's heart has no meaning, I can't just let him get away with it.
Guys, let's leave this to them.
Huh?
I'm about to shout at Mitsuru-san when Yukun stops me. We should just get out of here. I know what he's getting at, but yes, I'm completely exhausted. I did fight some seriously intense battles one after another, and some of us, like Rise-chan, have been stuck in this world for so long that I'm sure she's at her limit. I mean, thinking rationally, I know that we need to get back home.
Labris.
Still. Seeing Labris unconscious, Agasan's arm wounds me. Isn't there anything we can do for Labris? Do we have to say goodbye like this? I look towards Yukun once more when he winks at me.
What?
Huh? We return to the real world. All the energy that I had been powering so far drains away, and I begin staggering. Everyone else appears to be in a similar state, and we immediately go our separate ways without much discussion. I went straight home and fell into bed, but I couldn't get to sleep. All these feelings swirling around inside me, and I can't sort them out. Sheesh! As I toss and turn to my bed, my cell phone rings without warning. I look at it, but it's a number I don't recognize. Should I ignore it? But it does bother me that I'm getting a call right now, so I decide to pick up. Lo and behold, the voice I hear is... The call said to meet at a certain location the next morning. When I arrived, I saw an amazing limousine parked in the Plain Country road. It's just, this thing is so long, it's insane. Even if this was a movie, I would have to be a comedy, because nobody would believe a car this long and sleek would do this in real life. Can't it even turn a corner? It's hard to see through the windows of this ridiculous limo, but I can see 4 people who are just as remarkable as the car itself. Labris had called me last night, and the people in the car were Mitsuru-san's group. Thank goodness, she did wake up after all. When I call out to her, Labris immediately gets out of the car. Mitsuru-san, Akiko-san, and Aiga-san follow as well. Oh, and she's not carrying an axe on her back. I imagine that it would be too hard to get out of the car without
I'm sorry for calling you here all of a sudden, but they told me we'd be leaving already.
The follow-up is over, after all. Our work here is done.
I'm glad to hear that, Master.
Master?
Actually, I spoke with Akihiko-san on the phone last night, too. When I thanked him for helping persuade Mitsuru-san, all he said was, it wasn't anything special, I only did what was necessary. Damn, what an awesome thing to say! During that little chat, I became convinced that what this person is striving for is very similar to my own goals. That's why I'm going to call him Master. I'll look him up as ideal. I'll look up to him as ideal until I can match his strength and resolve.
I told you to stop calling me that.
No, you're my master. Though, I gotta admit, part of me has just always wanted to say macho things like that.
But you're not a man.
A true man isn't bound by his sex.
I see. My apologies.
Your leap of logic is so extreme it could reach the moon.
Labris giggles at seeing our banter. I can't help but smile as well. He sounds embarrassed, but it does make me a little happy.
You're going
Still,
with them too, Labris?
To be honest, I wanted to be with her more, but if I said so, things I would just trouble Labris, so I swallowed those words. Labris speaks to me and such things were going through my mind.
I decided I'm gonna work with Mitsuru-san, and then I'm gonna find whoever it was that set you all up and catch him myself. I won't let any danger come to you guys. So, this is just a short farewell.
Labris.
I feel something gripping my heart. Labris has been through so much worse than we have. All the problems she's had to face, yet she's going to fight for us? Whoever this culprit is, they can't be allowed to get away with doing this to her. Labris has such a kind heart. For them to treat her like she's some object is just unforgivable. My happiness for Labris and my anger at the bastard who controlled her and my frustration for not being able to help, I feel tears in my eyes. I look down, not wanting her to see me cry, but a large hand slaps me on the back.
Your passion had a real effect on Labris. You should be more proud.
Master!
A true man is only allowed to cry when he loses his wallet.
Yes, Master!
That's a rather shallow occasion for tears. Did something happen to you during your trip?
It's true that the mental scars one would face if one lost one's wallet in an unknown land halfway across the globe would be immeasurable.
Ah, there they are. Hey!
Of course, I told everyone about the phone call I'd gotten from Labris.
You could have stayed a little longer, you know?
Seriously, we got a whole week off and we didn't get to hang out at all.
It's truly a shame. Well, until next time.
Until we meet again.
Labris is smiling, surrounded by all of us. My passion for the real effect on Labris. That's what Master said, but I don't think that's entirely true. Labris changed because of her own will. She seriously wished that she was understood. That's why her wish came true. I think that's all there is to it.
We should get going.
At Mitsuru-san's signal, the limousine's engine turns on. It's time for them to leave. Labris' face clouds over. Sheesh, looks like I gotta say something.
No, a true man wouldn't cry.
I make a bright smile. Labris also smiles and enters the limo. She really did discard her womanhood. Sonic. Oh, dang it, I missed. As the car takes off, Labris sticks her head out the window and yells loudly.
Chie! I'm really glad that I met you, Chie!
Oh, it's no use. I'm the one who told her not to cry. Labris is smiling just like I told her. Looks like I won't be a true man today.
I'll see you!
Yeah, I accidentally clicked the wrong button and Jim got muted. So I'm sorry, Jim. But I unmuted him pretty quick. After seeing them off, we held a long-postponed reunion party with Yukun. We all got the feeling a little down after having saying farewells to Labris, but that immediately picked our spirits back up. We were so happy that everyone was able to get back together like this. We thought it would be impossible, but there was one more happy surprise. Also, this doesn't mean we won't be able to see Labris again. I stretch out and look up at the sky. Yep, Golden Week starts for us today. Later that night...
Dear Akihiko-san. That doesn't feel right.
I crumple another piece of paper and throw it in the trash can. I just can't figure out how to start this letter. I'm not really good at writing letters.
Maybe it's too formal.
All those how to write professional business letters articles I looked up online really aren't helpful. I take a deep breath and...
master. Ooh, much better.
I relax and my pen flows with the wishes of my heart. I don't have the best penmanship, but I think it'll be nicer to get a handwritten email than an email. Handwritten letter than an email.
How have you and Labris been? I've been well. I've been doing my best while remembering what you said to me on that day. Do you remember? You told me that I would be able to do the right thing. That made me want to become a police officer even more. So, in order to catch the culprit, me and the investigation team are... Oh, crap! Phew! That was close. I'm supposed to keep that a secret from him.
Chie's not the smartest bin in the box. You guys know that. We're going to find the one who had been using Labris. In other words, the investigation team is back in action. That was the big surprise that we had come out on Yukun's party. Yukun himself was the one who suggested it, and we were all surprised. Haha, seriously. He said, let's leave it to them, right in front of Mitsuru-san and the others. But it looks like Yukun had other plans in the mind right from the start. Man, if he's such a convincing actor, I can't go spilling the beans in a letter. But to lie to my master... No, I have to lie to him. I can't let him find out, no matter what. I crumple the piece of paper again and throw it away.
I guess this really isn't my thing. I'll give it another try tomorrow.
I will be able to do the right thing. I'm going to believe in those words and do my best to live by them. I really want him to know that. Next to the letter in the police academy entrance exam guide, I bought this a long time ago, but I haven't even touched it since I bought it. I've got to face it that someday too. When I look at the clock, I realize it's already past midnight.
So sleepy. Oh. Since Yukun's with us again, we've got to give what we decided on our best shot. Investigating on our own, huh?
I stand up from my chair and stretch out, and then fall on my bed. It's so fluffy, I can't stop myself from immediately drifting off into sleep.
I'll do my best to...
My future, what I want to protect, an enemy we must fight. There's so much I need to think about. I'm not good at thinking, and there's probably going to be a lot of things that I don't go as we planned. But I need to concentrate on one thing at a time. Even if something doesn't go well, I shouldn't let it get to me. Yes, because I have friends. I know I can go on.
With my